Hi, it's Ashleigh from Sweet Dreams Bake Shop, and today we're going to be working on some cookie couture. The show Riverdale is filmed locally, and I absolutely love the fashion, so I decided to make this the focus of my cookie couture, but you could really use the same principles for any type of clothing that you're going to be making out of cookies. I started off by finding some of my favorite outfits, and then I printed off the pictures and I traced it onto my cookie dough. Whatever cookie dough recipe you're using, when you're doing something very exact like this type of shape, make sure to put them in the fridge before baking at 350 for about 11 to 13 minutes. Starting off with Veronica Lodge's dress, which is the easiest because it is all black, I am taking some black icing and watering it down, and then I'm just painting it on to create that kind of thin lace area that she has at the top of her dress. I am using what I like to call my outlining consistency here. It's fairly thick so that when you fill it in with a looser icing, it's not going to spill over the edge. Whenever you want to create depth with your cookies, but you don't want to use something like fondant, what you need to do is take some piping consistency and build it up however you see fit. You're going to be covering this anyway, so it's not a huge deal what it looks like underneath. I'm going in here and finishing up the lace details of the dress. Now, my picture isn't super clear, so I kind of have to fudge a little bit on what I think the lace looks like. I'm using this little brushing technique, which is where you kind of put the icing on and then you use a wet brush to kind of brush up just to create that little lace effect that she has going on the sleeves. Be very careful when you're going over the area that you built up with icing earlier. You want to make sure you're really gentle, but you also want to make sure that all of the icing actually encases that whole area, so everything just looks nice and smooth and it just has depth to it. I find the collar area of this dress so iconically Veronica Lodge. Now we are moving on to Betty Cooper's outfit, and I would say that her outfit choices aren't necessarily more understated than Veronica, but it is a totally different style, a lot more vintage chic. You can see when I build up this area, my icing is a little bit thicker, so it becomes a little bit pointy, and I don't want it to look pointy or anything like that. So I'm going to go back in later with my cookie scribe to make sure everything is nice and smooth. Now I do want to make a quick mention that if you don't have things like a cookie scribe, you do not have to use them. You can use toothpicks or whatever else it is that you have on hand to ice with. Here is a pro cookie tip. Anytime you put on wet layers of icing and you need them to dry quickly, pop everything into the oven at 175 degrees Fahrenheit, and it will get everything nice and solid for you in about 10 minutes or so that you can work on the next layer. Be careful though, because underneath that dry layer, it's still wet. I added on some of those really tiny silver pearls, but you could just do that with your piping bag as well if you don't have those type of sprinkles. And now I'm going in with my piping consistency and I'm just making some details. Again, I am using some edible pearls that I have on hand, but if you don't have that, you could definitely just pipe these and paint them or pipe them with just gray icing. In the picture, Betty is not wearing a bracelet of any sort, but she often wears pearls, so I wanted to make sure to add those in. I'm going in with a little bit of white piping icing that's actually fairly loose, and then I'm using my cookie scribe to just kind of finesse those details in. It is Cheryl Blossom time. I think her outfit choices are my absolute favorite. They're super in your face and also really preppy and glam at the same time. We are following all of the same decorating principles that we used for the previous two cookies, and I'm actually finding myself popping this one into the oven more often at 175 degrees Fahrenheit, just so that I can speed along the process, and it's working out super well. Whenever you're doing pleating or trying to create that type of definition, make sure that you only do some of the pleats first, and the ones that are directly beside it you leave, and then you dry it, and then you can go back in and do it again. For the little spider brooch that she has, I just made sure to do the legs first, and then I put the body on top. There are several ways to create this plaid pattern. One of the most effective ways would probably be to get a stencil and then airbrush it on. I don't have a stencil that exactly matches this plaid, so I'm just kind of freehanding it. I'm using some edible colors that are watered down with a bit of vodka. And I also made sure that the cookie underneath was super dry before I started this, because if it's not super dry, then you're going to nick your icing and then the color is going to start to bleed through your cookie. Add some white lines to really make this pop. Make sure you're using your thickest piping icing. And there you have it, Riverdale Cookie Couture. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can be part of this sweetie fam. Right now, I'm uploading daily, so make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. Also, make sure to comment, request, or ask a question about this tutorial. I am always happy to read your comments and engage with you. Bye!